Arweinydd Plaid Cymru, Leanne Wood.
Diolch, Llywydd. First Minister, can you imagine a country where mega prisons are placed in the middle of so-called enterprise zones? Or can you imagine a country which ends up being described as a Botany Bay of the 21st century and as a penal colony? Well, those are the words of Francis Crook, the respected Chief Executive of the Howard League. First Minister, Wales must be the only country in the world where prisons are highlighted as tools for economic development rather than as part of a country's criminal justice system. Your economic policy is leading us to a situation where our national interests are not being upheld. Devolution and self-government is supposed to allow us to look after our own needs, to be an equal partner with our neighbours and not a servant. These super prisons are designed for the criminal justice needs not of our country, but of the country next door. And it's not me saying that, it's coming from the top English and UK voices on prison reform. Why are you setting up a commission on justice, if not to deal with questions like this? And it's not just about prisons, First Minister. It's this mantra of jobs at any cost that has led you to accepting the disposal of mud from a nuclear site in Welsh waters. What on earth is Wales doing, taking waste from another country that could be radioactive? Now, I don't know why you granted that licence in the first place. I'd like to know whether you have any regrets about granting that licence. Will you agree to revoke it if it transpires that there is even the smallest risk to people's health?
Well, she's telling half the story. First of all, she knows full well the licensing is not done by ministers, it's done by an arm's length body. It's the whole point. So the politics is taken out of it. What I've seen so far is one person has said there may be an issue here. Well, of course that issue needs to be addressed, but we've got to be careful here because the waste from Wilver goes to England. And if it wasn't for Sellafield as a reprocessing plant, it would shut immediately. Now, you know, she has views on nuclear power that perhaps I wouldn't share, but it's too crude simply to say, well, this is nuclear waste being exported from England to Wales. We export a lot more out into out towards Sellafield. So I don't accept that this is an import-export issue where we have nuclear power. It's important that there are adequate disposal facilities, but simply to present it in terms of an England-Wales battle ignores the fact we have our own nuclear power station and we don't have our own disposal facilities. We rely on England to deal with the waste that comes from Wilbur.
That's your problem, that you're not